League of the Izzet Phoenix deck. Been messing around with in Modern. Meriam crushed this last weekend with this deck. Don't know that it's actually good enough, but it's pretty fun. Gets to do some nonsense. Well, this is very easy keep. Kind of sad we don't have a dual land instead of this island. Otherwise we could set up looting into Temper on 2. Interesting. So this is probably Mad Spirits. Yep. Look at me recognizing Modern decks off their turn 1 fetch. Interesting. Bottom, top. Gives us a threat, which is very nice. What a world we live in, where turn 1 crack Flooded Strand means Bant Spirits and not like new white control. What a world. I'm not sure I like this world. I miss our Teferi overlords. Oh, if I don't kill the Supreme Phantom now, I can just never kill it, is the problem. So I feel priced into going... almost into going Lightning Bolt, play around a Mausoleum Wanderer. I just like have to keep this off the board. You feel like you'd play Thing in the Ice, interesting. Oh, this makes it 2 power, yeah, so we just... Yep. I'm gonna play Thing in the Ice. I think it's kinda scary, but most things are gonna be scary against their, like, dream opening, right? Yeah, I agree, Jarvis. I think that's the plan. Agree completely. Huh. Manamorphose is nice. They let this resolve, we're just like very easily flipping the thing this turn. If they counter this, we can try and kill the Supreme Phantom. Alright, let's make blue red. Go for it again. Sure. This is fine. Now I get to bolt the Supreme Phantom. To keep their board under control. It does mean our Thing doesn't kill in 2 hits, but I think now that we've got the Wanderer out of play, bolting the Phantom is pretty appealing. Obviously pass the turn. If they tap the Vial, we get to do it. If they don't tap the Vial, we don't get to do it, but if they don't tap the Vial, that's probably good for us, so... I guess they could have a Rattle Chains. Most lists have cut that card though, so I'm probably not going to respect it. Orc. God, if they have another Supreme Phantom, I get so blown out. Or if they have a Phantasmal Image, I just have to wait. It's really awkward. Battle Train still exists, but most people play like one copy at most. And now I do this. Sick. They make a captain. They make a reflector mage. I forgot that card's now seeing play. Okay, that's interesting. Let's fire off this Visions. Crackling Drake is nice. Bottom, top. So I can go Faithless Looting, kill this. Hold the Manamorphose for the thing in the ice later. I'm not like in love with just killing this. This isn't terribly threatening, but it's pretty good with their phantasmal images. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Yeah, for sure. Just means we get to like keep filtering through our deck and growing our drakes and such this way. Looking for phoenixes. I'm actually in a decent position now. Feels like. Ooh. We have the gut shot for the Noble Hierarch. If they spell Queller a Drake, that's annoying. I kind of want to Thing in the Ice this turn. Autumn Lily and the hunt for the Arclight, indeed. I think I'm just going to Thing in the Ice this turn. It's like annoying because it's a less exciting thing to have trapped underneath a Spell Queller. But with this now trapped underneath the Spell Queller, I don't feel guilty about just firing off the Manamorphose. Just to dig through our deck. Series of 4 mana standard legal cards. Accurate. No! Bolts are really good, but they're also really sad things to draw, because it means we're going to have to discard one. Blarg. Blarg. This is so... Oh... Alright, I want to gut shot the Noble Hierarch. I know that much. I'm tempted to discard Drake Bolt. I'm also tempted just to discard the bolts. Just like crazy. It's like, I feel like the Drakes are really tough for them to deal with. Yes, this is fine. Somewhere in our deck are Phoenixes. Pitch the gut shot. I really want to kill the Noble Hierarch. Just like cutting the mana seems important. I feel like Collected Company is a card I'm very scared of. That doesn't do very much at the moment with the Noble Hierarch dead. I mean, they don't have enough mana. They literally play Collected Company in their deck. That's a nice draw. Oh my god, we drew another Drake. We're so lucky. We're now just in an amazing position. Yeah, if they didn't have Collected Company in their deck, if they were playing like the blue-white version, I'd agree that like cutting them off a mana doesn't have much worth, but they also just have a Canopy in hand, right? So if at any point they do flood a bit, they just don't really care too much. Nice to have a 13 powered Dingus in play, indeed. No second spell queller, please. Even if they do, we're still probably in a fine position here. Alright, these Crackling Drakes were nice. Ah. These Crackling Drakes are pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Bring in these removal spells. I am also glad about that, Jarvis. Oh. Yeah, the Drakes lost a lot of power when they conceded for some reason. My wildly burying my statements on Crackling Drake have gone to both extremes. You're not wrong. I kind of hate Lightning Axe against the counter magic deck. As much as it's maybe a necessary evil to kill some of the larger things sometimes. How do I feel about that? I feel fortunate that my knight cannot betray me, Jarvis. I feel fortunate about this. I kind of want to cut the Fiery Tempers, now we're bringing in, like, better removal. No, I think I like Gut Shot, just to kill Hierarchs efficiently. I kind of want to trim, like, some of the expensive cantrips as well because of Thalia. I guess we're pretty good at killing Thalia though. I don't care about Thalia too much. Feel like this is fine. Axe is there to pitch Phoenix and Tempers. Yeah, it's like fine. Plays pretty poorly against Mosley and Wanderer. That's true. The Phoenixes are worse in this configuration. They're pretty good against my opponent's deck, even just as blockers, but I could see trimming one and keeping in the 4th Manamorphose. I feel like they're actually kind of the worst threats, which is weird to say. Against my opponent's deck. I think the Crackling Drakes are the best threats. And things are like kind of... They're like decent. They're kind of awkward against Reflector Mage. And Aether Vial though. And then Phoenix is probably the worst threat. So my opponent has like paths. Their creatures can outscale mine in the air. Potentially. Wish I was on the play, I'd get to mill this. Free value. Think I'm gonna bottom this? I don't know. We have like 6 ways in our deck to get this out of our hand, and then it's like some free value. Having one in our hand to pitch to a discard thing is pretty nice. I kind of want to find removal as soon as possible though, is the thing. No worries, Squirmit. Yeah, I think you have a good point there. Bringing in Angers makes taking out like one Phoenix appealing, right? I agree with that. We have successfully found removal. We have achieved what we set out to. Kind of want to fire off the Serum Visions to find an answer to a Thalia. What is the advantage of Crackling Drake over the free mana version? The Crackling Drake ignores Graveyard Hate. Crackling Drake counts your exile zone, so people will bring in Graveyard Hate to fight Arclight Phoenix, and the Graveyard Hate doesn't hit Crackling Drake. Which is pretty appealing. Like, we've been Tormod scripted a lot, and then we just, like, cast our Crackling Drake and don't care. I do want this Flooded Strand just to keep hitting my land drops. I kind of want to bottom the Serum Visions, because if they play a Thalia, I don't want too many cantrips in hand. Indeed, Dokamoy. Crackling Drake also draws a card. Literally the best thing you can do in Magic. Bolting myself against sucks. I think I'm just gonna play this instead. Good old Fadia. Obviously mill 2 lightning bolts off my Thought Scour, the way it was meant to be. God, imagine if we could cast Anger of the Gods here. Be so good. Not in love with putting myself to 12, but I do want the second Steam Vents pretty badly. Blue, red. So I just want to cast Faithless Looting to guarantee my 4th land. Or give me a higher shot at my 4th land. Grump. It's not quite what I was looking for. At least I get to cast Abrade next turn. Kind of just want to discard this Thought Scour and go like Abrade into Anger. Have a bunch of Drakes to follow up. Might be a bit slow. Very at risk of being a bit slow if my opponent's hand is good, but... That is blank cardboard. Awesome. I'm very pleased they're doing that rather than playing anything that interacts with the board. That's so good for me. Right, I killed the Supreme Phantom. I think. Because now, with our 4th land coming down, I don't actually care about the Fadia that much. I just want to make sure they can't make their spirits too big. I do Felden's Cane meta approaches. Oh my god. What's better and why? I think Humans is very good at the moment. The format's pretty proactive and fast. Humans plays well in that. I think Blue-White Control is a perfectly reasonable deck, but it's a bit awkward against a lot of the fast combo-ish decks at the moment, feels like to me. I feel like Blue-White got worse when Dredge became a major thing, both because it's not great against Dredge, and it's not great against like some of the things people are doing to beat Dredge. So much mana. Like, I used to really enjoy playing Blue-White, and now I just don't play it anymore, because I can't stomach it against some of what's going on in the format. I feel like the format's like sped up a bit because of Dredge. I know there was a thing posted on the GP Atlanta metagame, which is like worth a read, which said that Blue-White was just like really struggling at the moment. Like posted the lowest win percentage at the GP of all the major archetypes, which is so weird because like a month earlier it was crushing, but... Right, what am I doing? I might just kill this Fadia. I am so terrified of Collected Company is the problem. Going down to 4 isn't exactly going to help that. Oh, I'm so terrified of Collected Company. I'm not sure what I meant to do though about that. Yeah, we're going to 4 anyway, yeah. I mean, this could allow them to cast Collected Company. They might not have the 5th land to cast it for a Fadia, but... Second Fadia, sure. I'm pretty okay with everything that's happening right here. Not gonna lie. This is gonna be a nice Anger of the Gods. I guess if there's a Rest in Peace in play, I mill them. No, I milled their other Rest in Peace. I wanted them to draw that. So bad. I don't know how the Humans Dredge matchup's like. The impression I got was it used to be pretty good against Dredge. But I imagine Creeping Shield might have shifted that a bit. Thoughts on Grixis Shadow. Deck is fine. Like, all the other interactive decks in Modern, it's just, like, fine. I probably wouldn't play it at the moment. It doesn't seem... I would not want to play Grixis Shadow against Dredge in a million years. Hey, lassie. I guess I'm not too interested in the Phoenix with the Rip in play. It's like reasonable. I kind of want removal spells though. You top the looting. I guess it's a bit late for that now. It's like reasonable. What's my favorite Modern deck? Favorite as in decks I think are the best, or favorite as in favorite to play? My favorite decks to play, I adore playing Lantern. Lantern control is wonderful. Beyond Lantern, I kind of enjoy like a lot of Modern decks. I definitely think Lantern's my favorite to play, though. I've really enjoyed playing Tron, which I know is a weird thing to say. I've had very good experiences playing Tron. I actually find the deck just like a lot of fun to play, which I know is weird. I find the sequencing and stuff appealing. Where I'm just like hemorrhaging viewers right now. I like Lantern and Tron. It's like an... Start sharpening their cards, oh my god. Nathan, oh my god, it keeps doing this. There's like some weird mana filtering thing where if you click too fast. Anyway, it's fine. Nathan, thank you so much for the 15-month resub. Means a lot to me. Ron, put some hearts in chat for Nathan. Thank him for the continued support. It means a lot. How to refund sub. Oh my god. I don't really want either of these. I guess the Charter Course is a touch better. You won't leave unless I start playing Lantern. Well, that's good news. I've not played Lantern on stream for a while. I really enjoy playing it, but I'm also aware it's like not the most interesting deck to watch, and it's very badly positioned at the moment because it's really bad against KCI. Lifetime Night of Autumn. That means a lot, Nathan. Thank you. The graveyard hate's so real. Lantern is sweet. Lantern makes very weird games of Magic. Like, forces you to think about games in a completely different way, which I find really appealing. I think this Phoenix might be on defense. So they clearly don't have a path, or they'd have swung. So I kind of like having a defensive Phoenix whilst attacking with the Crackling Drake. Hopefully I'm not included in that category, or hopefully I'm excluded from that particularly punishing category of people. Swingsies. I might do some Lantern at some point after the GP. I don't think I'm going to have time this week, so I want to just play Jund after this, but I have not played Lantern on stream in so long. I do enjoy it. Another Drake? That's so much better than an Arclight Phoenix. So good. Jeez. Look at these Drakes. Nice rest in peace. When is the GP? This weekend, Jarvis. It's in Warsaw. It's limited. I'm looking forward to it. I think this draft format is amazing, and I think the sealed format is like fine. So I've actually been I found it really frustrating for a while, but I've been getting a bit more used to the sealed format. I'm actually enjoying it. Managing to like not tank my rating too much on it, which is nice. Thanks, Jarvis. I will try and crush. Yeah, my rating was like around 1900 in the draft format. I think sealed has tanked my rating to like 1860 or something. So, I'm actually kind of curious. Alright, oh, it's 1886 in the sealed format, alright. Just like, whatever. It's pretty good for sealed, I guess. I find it really hard to get good sealed elo. Most sealed formats just like destroy my elo. Go win a league, Jarvis. Just go win a match. If you go win a match, you overtake me. Is this hand fine? Is this probably fine? Just needs to like draw a cantrip or something. We're on the draw. We have a bolt for early interaction. We hit our land drops okay. I'm gonna keep this. It's not exciting. It doesn't need much to be good though. This might be a mole, but I'm gonna keep, see how it pans out. Sealed is easy, just open a bunch of bombs. Just open a bunch of Dimir Guild gates. That's the important thing. Hey, Cabrito. Ooh, nice. Sleight of Hand is a solid draw. I do not particularly want this second Arclight Phoenix. It's really good if we find a looting, but honestly, things get so good for us regardless if we find a looting. Though, is Fiery Temper really going to be good against an opposing Steam Vent stack? Probably not. Oh my god, Dokomoy, that sounds wonderful. Both of these are really unexciting is the problem. I just feel like Fiery Temper's not going to be very good against another Steam Vent stack, whereas Arclight Phoenix, we draw looting, get to discard both. Like, Fiery Temper's really only going to be that good if we draw a looting anyway. I'm not that excited about taking this, but gives us the potential to be very explosive, depending on what we draw. Right, is there a storm? So you're just offing this brawl immediately. Living Guild Pact is the actual worst Planeswalker ever. So heinous. This is great. In response to the Sleight of Hand. Draw like one Sleight of Hand. Oh. Yeah, that's true, Lewin. I kind of regret not doing that right about now. You're right, you're right. Storm is just the best Steam Vents deck. So not taking another answer for a Baral or Electromancer's Orc. This is great, this is great. Oh. Kind of sad that the moment we tap out for a Crackling Drake, we die. I'm pretty sad about that fact. Turns out opponent is on Baral Drakes, indeed. Do they have a Remand in hand? Fetch out Watery Grave just to... That is the best comment, jeez. I kind of just want to do this. I feel like they probably have a Remand anyway. Finding like a Lightning Bolt has a lot of value. Look at me knowing what they're playing. Alright, this like leaves me at risk of just dying, but I have so little going on right now that I think I just have to hope their hand is garbage anyway. So... So Ritual plus Gifts kills me? Or Manamorphose plus Gifts? I have no idea if this is deterministic. I'm not smart enough to figure out that one. Is this deterministic? You're dead, I think. Yeah, I can't work it out. I don't think it's deterministic, but... I guess they save 2 mana on the iteration, so it should be. We're dead, but not this turn. That makes sense. They have Past in Flames in hand, is the explanation, yeah. Which costs 2 mana currently. So if we give them the Manamorphose, they can cast it anyway. Yeah, I know one reducer 3 mana. I didn't know you needed 2 mana with 2 reducers. Yeah, we just have to give them Sleight and Manamorphose, I agree. Our hand looks really embarrassing right now, by the way. I'm impressed by how embarrassing this hand of Magic cards looks. Yes, I'm just gonna cast my Crackling Drake and say go. Yeah, this is Modern Drakes. Ross Meriam top 8'd the Open with it. We 3-2'd our first league with it, so clearly it's busted. That seems bad for us. I think I can concede now. Pretty sure I can concede now. Problem with putting these bad cards. Hey, Crackling Drake was absurd in our first match. And certainly a piece of cardboard in this match. Alright. I definitely want Dispels. Definitely want Angers, some number of them. Probably Abrades. Probably some of this. This is a lot of cards. How do we feel about Unmoored Ego against them? I suspect it's not great. It's my suspicion. Against their post-board setup. They like diversify a lot in post-board. Yeah, I need to make sure we're not overboarding as well, for sure. And it's possible that not all of this ends up in. So. So we cut a couple Crackling Drakes. It's like hard to tap out for it. Thing in the Ice seems terrible. I mean, Thing in the Ice is something you can, it helps with goblins. It's also something you can cast on turn 2 and tap out for. You just cut all of the gut shots, yeah, not try and go fast with the Phoenixes. That is reasonable. You win by stopping them winning. Storm is very good at getting around you stopping it winning. They're pretty good at, like, diversifying in post-board games. You can't give them forever. I'm gonna cut this Lightning Axe. I need to cut 2 more cards. I don't think I like the Unmoored Egos. You're not sure what, I mean, I would bring it in against Tron or KCI or anything like that. I just feel like Storm is so good at diversifying what it's doing post-board. Between, like, having Empty and Grape Shot as ways to kill you. Having, like, multiple different card draw engines and stuff. Much more than, like, any other deck is. Let's try this. Yeah, I think there are places where Ego is very good. But I do not think this is one of them. Valakut, yeah, that's a good shout too. I would happily name Valakut. I think that Valakut probably struggles to beat our deck once the Valakuts are out of their deck. Generally. Carnage Tyrant. They're not bringing... Are they actually bringing in Carnage Tyrant against us? I guess. I don't know. Feel like we race Carnage Tyrant pretty well with Crackling Drake. Yeah, I've seen Tyrants too. I just... Tron did have Tyrants in the GP top 8. Which confuses me greatly. I feel like there are much better cards to beat blue-white with. You just like put an Emrakul in your board and call it a day, right? Didn't really understand that. Yeah, for sure, basic. Ooh, that's nice. Get to Brutality that next turn. This is so nice. 2 modes. How great is this? Empty, empty, Manamorphose, Manamorphose. That is terrifying. I guess I have to take a Manamorphose. Yeah, I have to take it to keep them off empty if they draw a land. Agreed. These empty... Oh, I have a Dispel and a Lightning Bolt. What am I talking about? It's fine. We're gonna race these empties of our Crackling Drake, okay? Interesting. I guess I'm just dispelling this and slamming my Drake now. This seems nice. Alright, cast my 4/4. Which spell? That one. ... Alright, what am I doing? I can bolt them to speed up my clock. That seems bad. I think I'm just gonna Phoenix. Hit them for 7. Are they dead next turn then? So I hit them for 7. Next turn I have 7 plus 4. Or I could bolt them and potentially kill them next turn, but they can like empty to make some blockers. If I bolt them, they take 3 plus 5 plus 3. I guess I can also Abrade the Drake for +1 next turn. Oh, empty doesn't make blockers. You're right, Dokamoy. You're so smart. They are not flying goblins. In fact. So next turn this is 5 damage. So 7 plus 7 plus 5 is 19. So if we bolt them this turn, we have lethal next turn. Oh, one more spell and we kill them anyway with the Crackling Drake next turn. Is the thing. I don't know, I'm not sure this is correct. It might be correct just to fire off the bolt. Just to like ensure lethal next turn. Not play scared. Am I streaming all day? I'm probably streaming for about 3 more hours. Planning on finishing this league and then like playing at least a bit of Jund afterwards probably. I don't know, we'll see how much I'm still enjoying this deck after this league. If I like scrape out at 4-1 or something, maybe I play some more of this. This deck is sweet. resolves. Interesting. Yes, that kills our Phoenix. Ah, sure. So spell kills them. That is, in fact, what I asked for. Pretty sure this means they're just super dead. Rawr. Abrade is just to kill Barrels. Keep the discount bears off the table. Alright, that post-board configuration didn't seem that bad. I kind of want another Drake or two. Don't know if that's reasonable. I do like the things just because they're so cheap. They're worse to draw into in the protracted games. It's definitely a thing. I'm also curious about the third Anger of the Gods. I feel like Surgical was probably worse against them post-board than it would be against their pre-board configuration. Because typically they move away from Past and Flames a lot, right? Yeah, just not letting them untap with a discount bear is really important. For sure. I agree with that completely. I kind of want like one more Drake back in just so I'm more able to kill them and this Anger. I am very iffy on these Surgicals. I know Surgical's meant to be good against Storm post-board, but the thing is they tend to move away from a lot of the things that Stroke hits post-board. Hey Max, good to see you. You bring in a temper too. Oh, over the... Yeah. This might be a punt, but I'm going to take out the Surgicals. Move away from them. I could see a world in which we do want the tempers just as more answers. It's a bit more awkward on the draw though. Yeah, for sure, basic. I agree with that. Surgical's a lot better if you're tearing apart their deck. But it's really weird, right? Because Surgical would be amazing against them game 1. Because game 1 you shut down the Past and Flames loops and then their deck is just a lot weaker. But where they diversify post-board, it makes Surgical a lot worse. This has an Abrade, which is great. Drake is good. It is a win con, which is something this hand's kind of lacking. So I'm kind of tempted to keep it. You think we should bottom, just find more interaction? See that being the case, I don't know. I do want to kill them at some point. Admittedly, we're like a few turns off casting this. We'd much rather find a thing in the ice too. I'm gonna bottom. We have time to find a Drake if we end up wanting one. And I really want to find a thing in the ice early. Not really, Selene. We're just playing against Storm at the moment into game 3. Has the deck treated me well so far? I think we're like 4-2 with it so far. So it's been like, not doing amazingly, but doing fine. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's kind of wild. We'll give it that much. I'm just gonna get an island. I like this, like, kind of matters, but so does casting Anger. Alright. Just gonna grab this Manamorphose. We do want that land drop, but we're likely to draw into one. We find a looting off one of these Manamorphoses or a charter course, we get to bring back 2 Phoenixes. Develop some decent pressure. Or we can just, like, spend our whole turn killing this Barol instead. I'm just going to hold the Manamorphoses so I can try and bring back Phoenixes soon. It's not like we have Surgicals in our deck at the moment to cantrip into anyway for 0 mana interaction. Yeah, it's weird. I adored Legacy back in Deathrite era, and now I'm like super medium on it. I'm just like not enjoying Legacy very much. I felt like in the Deathrite era, a lot of the matchups between like the tier 1 decks were just like very interesting. Ooh, that's an absurd draw. It's like a very good draw. Means we're going to bring back 2 Phoenixes here. Alright, not having the Watery Grave here is going to hurt, but this is nice. Awesome. So now we have Dispel plus Bolt backup. I think I'm gonna discard Dispel a Gifts Ungiven. A bit of me's almost unsure how much this matters. Like, dispelling a combo piece is pretty exciting to me, but imagine if this island was a Watery Grave. Yeah. Could never lose, etc, etc. Resolves. They're gonna set up a Grape Shot here. I assume. Someone 5-0'd with Intuition Creeping Chill. What a world, Max. What a world. Jeez. Alright, so they took Warrens and Manamorphose. They're now casting the Manamorphose. They need to find a Grape Shot. Right, they get to kill both Phoenixes, but they're currently dead to a Bolt. They're also probably dead to this looting, most likely. Because looting is a really messed up magic card. Also, there's this looting. Right now they're just dead, right? I even get to Brutality them. This was nice. Easy turn 5 kill. Multiple pieces of disruption. There's a Sultai list with Nick Fit list with Scarab God. Jeez, that's kind of absurd. Alright, I think we're now 5-2 with this deck. It's doing pretty solidly for us. It's doing pretty solidly for us so far. Kinda into it. What you like about your 5-drops is them being pyroblasted. Oh my god, basic. Alright, this is a Faithless Looting. I'm gonna keep. Don't know what I'm doing with this hand, but I'm gonna keep it. I think I just meant to fire off the looting turn 1. Because if I discard a Phoenix, I then get to bring it back turn 2. I also can like find a thing in the ice to just cast next turn. I'm not in love with just firing this off, but I think it's fine. Oh my gosh. Indeed, lassie. And no, Nick Fit is just generally full of interesting choices. What snow-covered island? Oh, is this like Lantern? Or something? Then they'd have a 1-drop. Or is this the stupid prison that Grixis were? Alright. I've not played against this yet. I know actually nothing about it. Honestly, I've been so out of touch with Modern the last couple months, what with preparing for the Pro Tour and stuff, that I actually don't even know what goes in this deck. I am ready to be surprised. Main deck Damping Sphere and Cage, jeez. Right. Well, at least our Drake's gonna be big. I don't know how we ever beat an Ensnaring Bridge. It's pretty scary. Win condition, make you hate everything. Cool. I respect that. What the hell is this garbage? Alright. God, firing off a spell into the Maw of the Abyss is so miserable. I guess I can wait on it. Do I hate everything yet? Something along those lines, Reed. Something along those lines. incoming were for bridge, I assume. What do we get to board in? We get to board in 2 Abrades, some Dispels, some Unmoored Egos, Bottled Cloister main deck, jeez. Do you know what card is not very good against Ensnaring Bridge? Let me tell you about a card that is not very good against Ensnaring Bridge. Cool. I'm willing to believe I'm not going to burn my opponent out of Fiery Tempers. Alright. Abrades. Unmoored Egos. Dispels. Let's get a rip on board and then we can... Oh, that's not even true, lassie. Read Crackling Drake again. Rejection, true. Kind of want Surgicals in case we destroy one bridge. Maybe that's ridiculous though, like beating the welding jars that way is pretty tricky. Stroke hits words, true, maybe it's good enough, I don't know. Feels kind of orc, but feel like we're pretty reliant on drawing this card before our opponent gets a bridge down. Thing is not great. Yeah, we can probably trim some threats, right? We only need 1. It's probably worse than Crackling Drake. Especially with us draw boarding in like counter magic. I don't know, is Thing worse than Crackling Drake? Could bring in Tez against us, I guess. That's true basic. There's like a lot less Shadow Storms running around. People are also trimming that sort of stuff for Grave Hate at the moment. Oh, they might have Sigh. Jeez. Alright, let's do this, I think. Ancient Grudge sucking against KCI doesn't help. Thing has Defender, yeah, as far as I'm aware. Maybe it is the time for Lantern. Everyone's cutting all that artifact hate. Get to play the fun Ensnaring Bridge deck. I am going to choose to keep this hand. Alright. I guess this kind of spoils the secret. Cool. See if we can rip a looting here. I'm just gonna pitch one of these, I think. Can we brew a stupid deck with 4 Spell Scouts, 4 Duran, and Snare? Oh my god, Adam. I regret casting the Charter Course. Say that much. On a positive note, I think the game ends this turn. I feel like the chance the game ends this turn is non-zero. Also get to see their deck. I'm gonna read some cards a minute. They have two Sighs, they have a Vadim, they have a Greg Hatch special. I feel like this is gonna be a very tough one for them to win. I wish I'd kept the second Phoenix in hand right about now. It's gonna be really hard to return it through the Damping Sphere. Take cards and ask questions later. Alright. I guess I should have noted down their hand, huh? Don't feel like there was too much of relevance there. Alright. Only 1 mana away, 2 mana away from returning a Phoenix. They don't go to the revealed zone. Basic. Alas. So we can't ever beat a Sigh if they find one. But, otherwise we're not in the worst position. Yeah, the known information tracking from Arena is honestly kind of wild. Like, if you ever use a Scanter to go through your entire deck, then it just shows you the exact order of all the cards in your deck from then on. Just like reveals the top card to you at all points in the game. It's like so absurd. Tech Edge is actually nice here. Cuts me off returning a Phoenix. God, if I just not cast that stupid Charter Course, I'd be in such a good position. If I just cast a Serum Visions instead. Instead I have like a 7-turn clock, so I'm giving them a lot of time to draw into a Sigh. Now they get a Bottle Cloister to start digging as fast as possible. Yep. Although I have this Disdainful Stroke, so... I'm not too worried about the Cloister. Now the Fair's out of play, so we've got a 4-turn clock. I'm actually kind of doing stuff. Still need to dodge a Sigh, obviously, but... Death by Snarefopter. The best way to go. Fire off this. this? I'm so silly. Casting all these cards into your chalice. I just don't know how to play Magic. Alright, can we admit that this Unmoored Ego was incredible? Are we willing to praise Unmoored Ego? Don't know that we'll have it 2 games in a row in time. Ego into Snare Opta, Modern is solved. Oh. Guess I'm just running it back. I feel like the chance that Surgical does anything is just so low. We have Manamorphose though, Michael. Which helps with that a bit. I almost wonder if I want the Lightning Axe because of Padim and Sai. Oh, you're right, Freed. Yeah, Spellskite as well. We should definitely have Lightning Axe in. You're correct. Yeah, Axe should be in the deck. I agree. Do I keep this? Actually makes a Phoenix on turn 2. And then we like get to dig really aggressively. Obviously we need to find a land, but we get 4 looks at the land. I'm gonna keep this. It's not amazing, but with all the cantrips, our hand will smooth out nicely. Grafdigger's Cage. Chalice on 1. I was joking. Alright, that one's fine. That one is in fact not very threatening. So this is our black source. So I don't want to play that quite yet. Ooh, Ceremonious Rejection. I don't know that we're necessarily going to have an opportunity to hold that up is the problem. But I guess we want it. And just like not do our Phoenix on 2 to hold up Rejection and then go for it on 3. Please don't have bridge. Oh my god, they didn't have bridge somehow. Yeah, the turn 2 bridge would have been game ending. They're gonna maybe? I'm gonna pass the turn with Rejection plus Stroke up. Well, this worked out. Am I just meant to grab the Watery Grave, or am I meant to play it safe? Kind of tempted to play it safe and just get the Steam Vents. Like, if we find a... Oh yeah, they don't have a Ghost Quarter yet, do they? I'm silly. I'm just meant to get the Grave, I agree. I am just meant to get the Grave. This is still fine though. If we find any blue producing land, we can go Phoenix of Rejection back up. I think I do want to get it Threat developing. I kind of want that Threat to be the thing in the ice though, because it's so much quicker. Like next time we just get to attack with the thing. Sounds nice. We give them a turn window to resolve a bridge, but they haven't had one yet. It does not bounce. Oh my god. I don't know that we can win anymore. I gave them a 1-turn window. They used it. Don't know how I win now. What about playing... we have Collective Brutality in the board, Aiko. How do I beat a bridge? I have to, like, double bolt the Spell Sky, and even then I can't abrade it. I'm pretty sure I actually can't win this game. Because I only have 2 Abrades in my deck. Alright, that's kind of annoying. If I hold up Rejection, I'm probably like... I feel like if I hold up Rejection, reject that bridge, I'm probably a decent favorite to win, like kill them over 3 turns. That sucks. Yeah, I need 3 answers. I only have... I need 3 answers, because I need to kill both Welding Jars and the bridge. And I only have 2 Abrades in the board. So I, like, actually literally cannot kill my opponent from that position. Like, there physically aren't enough ways to remove artifacts from that position. Spellskite is a horror. That doesn't work. Spellskite doesn't get bounced. Yeah, and also we have to double bolt the Skite in that scenario. Yep, that is true, Lassie. Which is really hard, right? Because it means... I guess if they're using Welding Jars to protect the Skite... Oh wow, Blue, that sounds amazing. The artwork on that card, on the sagas in general, the artwork is just incredible. Yeah, that is likely true, Max. If we didn't draw a thing in the ice, we have like a very large chance at winning there. That's fair, Freed. That's fair. I was thinking the thing in the ice is just such a faster clock, was my reasoning. Like, the thing in the ice kills 2 turns after I cast it. Because of having the Phoenix in hand. Whereas, like, leading with Phoenix gives my opponent, like, 4-ish turns. So I don't think it's unreasonable to go for the thing, but obviously didn't work out. Dredge. I don't think our Dredge matchup can't be the worst. I'm just going to lead on Scour, because it gives us more info for the looting. Gets us deeper into our deck to discard more Phoenixes to the looting. Yeah, Thing is amazing. Here if we find it, for sure. They do have a Conflagrate in the yard, so they can kill the first thing, is the problem. Interesting. Try and find a gut shot, I guess. Alright. Yeah, very few decks are good against Dredge game 1. This is true. I kind of feel like I need the Crackling Drake to help kill them. What am I even discarding? Like, everything in our hand is kind of replaceable in its own way. Scour Bolt to loot again. This is turn 2. We don't get to loot again here. So we have to hold spells for next turn. I think I'm discarding a bolt. I think I'm discarding a land too. Alright, we only get to dredge free here. Legacy Dredge is impressively miserable. Cabal Therapy is just really messed up in that deck. Good night, Selenes. Sleep well. It was great seeing you. So just fire off the Scour to begin with to get more info. Opponent probably has one more Stomping Ground in the deck. At the moment. Oh my lord. Oh, I didn't play my land and I have Fiery Temper in my deck. No. Oh. Alright, that was not my best moment. Can confirm, have had better moments. Could have a bolt in hand instead of this Fiery Temper. I'm gonna kill the Narcomoeba anyway, since the Narcomoeba gets to block something that has at least 3 power, but also deals me damage in the meantime. I'm gonna conflagrate this. That's so good for me. So I can cast my my absurdly large Drake. Let's get their dredges in the yard though, which is nice for them. Yeah, I get to dredge a Stinky. God, this Drake is something. They're actually gonna win game 1 against Dredge just because they've been bricking horrendously. I guess they could mill some Creeping Chills to buy time, but just gonna win game 1 against Dredge, just like you do, apparently. Hey George, good to see you. Alright. Somehow winning game 1. Nice place to be. Bring in these Angers, bring in these Surgicals. I assume Unmoored Ego is bad against them. It's like an expensive Surgical, right? That was a very weird game. I feel like Didn't they crack a fetch land early on? I feel like they could have got a green source for that loam. Maybe they'd have got to do something that game then. Right, cut the tempers, as often the case. Thing is our best threat. Feel like we can trim one Drake. Feel like we can trim a lightning axe. It's like a bit of an expensive cost to pay just to kill a creature. Ego taking Conflagrate is not bad, that's true. Would we pay 3 mana just to remove all their Conflagrates from their deck? It's like honestly not disinteresting. What if... I think it sounds bad. I think it's just like too much mana to pay for that effect. Problem is I can see there being games where like that's good, but taking a Conflagrate from their hand and letting them dredge, oh my god, Max. Jeez. I think I'm not bringing in Ego here. But I'm not like 100% that's correct. I just don't think I can bring myself to do it, you know? This doesn't have any hate, but it's a very reasonable keep. We have a Thing on 2. Thing in the ice is really good in the matchup. Wow, they didn't discard a Dredger. Oh wait, they did. I thought that was a Bloodghast for a moment. Got my hopes up. Should I Thought Scour them? What do you think? Let's fire off this looting. Dig for a surgical. As aggressively as possible. Give a Conflagrate in the yard for the first thing. Which is not ideal. Dare me to Thought Scour them. I am in fact not interested in doing that. You toss a land. I think I'm just going to toss the bolt, but... So, my belief was that when Golgari Grave Troll was banned, I believe Faithless Looting should have been banned instead. I know that is a very unusual stance to take, but that is how I actually felt. Why not both? I mean, you could ban both, but... Burning Inquiry could be banned for just for misery reasons, yeah. That is true. This is a strange game. I guess we just need to hit one thing to flip our thing in the ice. So we go Serum Visions, try and set up the top of our deck. Neither of these do it, sadly. So yeah, do I just play my other thing now? I'm so close to just dying to them conflagrating my face is the problem. Dredge is so good. They've done like very little this game. We're still just almost dead. Like, actually just dead to them flipping a Creeping Chill. I guess they don't have the second land for Conflagrate. Yeah, what am I talking about? They don't even have a second land. I am very silly. Anyway. Try and hit a spell here and make this easy. I just assumed they had a second land because they kept like 7 cards. We actually have a chance. I may hit them for so much this turn. Need to like fade, but if we can fade them drawing the second land, they die. Even if they have the second land, they only have 6 cards in hand then. No, they do have a Bloodghast in the yard. I think I meant to attack all. I think if they bring back Bloodghasts. Hold back Phoenix. So if I hold back Phoenix, I hit them to... five. And then both horrors are lethal. That means they can flip 2 Narcomoebas to live. I think I meant to attack all, because it makes Chills and Narcomoebas less likely to buy them time. It forces them to have the land to kill us. Yeah, it also cuts them off shock lands. Yeah. I would just meant to attack all. This is a very strange match. This is an incredibly strange match. Opponent just like did very little 2 games in a row. They did nothing both games, yeah, somehow. Alright, before we finish off this 5th match and play for the 4-1, I'm gonna go get some water a sec. Be back in but a moment, and then we'll continue draking some people in Modern. Alright. 3-1 in our league. Deck is great. Let's get this 4-1. If I get the 4-1 this time around, I might honestly play another league. Instead of jumping over to John. This deck is a treat. I'm not sure I have any... why not play Reveler? So we don't play Reveler because Arclight Phoenix already means that we do a bunch of stuff with our graveyard. And once you have a Reveler in your deck, people's graveyard hate that is currently like kind of mediocre against you becomes like actively good. So that's the reason we're not playing Reveler. Like, we've had people board in Rest in Peace and Tormod Script and stuff against us, and like, a lot of the time those cards just haven't done anything, because it doesn't shut down Crackling Drake. Right, let's go first. This hand could be anything. I guess I'm keeping. Get 4 looks at my second land. Nice. Must be. I think I want that bolt on top so I have some interaction. And then I kind of want to hit my third land drop, but I'm probably likely to do that with my cantrips anyway. So I think I can bottom the Spirebluff Canal. Maybe I meant to go Canal Bolt. Because then if they're against the deck which the bolt is good against, I get to keep it, and otherwise I can shuffle it away. Alright, so we're against Storm. Kind of just want to fire off the Thought Scours this turn to get max info. The Manamorphose is really good on a Phoenix turn. Just gonna pass the turn. We're probably gonna like Thought Scour ourselves and bolt their bear, most likely. Yeah, I agree with basic. I don't think you can use. It's really hard to not spend sideboard slots in Modern on interacting. Oh my god, we're playing the mirror. What a life. Apparently we are playing the mirror. We are also missing land drops. Alright. Oh boy. I have yet to have a Thought Scour ever flip a stupid Phoenix. I swear it just like actually is something that physically cannot happen. Alright, swinging. Maybe I'm just really unlucky. Maybe. I think there are a number of people who would not let me get away with calling myself that. You are one of those people, indeed. This is an Izzet Drake's mirror in Modern. What a world we live in. Please don't discard another stupid Phoenix. Yeah, we beat Spirits, we beat Dredge, we lost to Prison. I can't remember what the other match was. Oh, Storm, we beat Storm. They went for a face instead of the Phoenix. Scary. Huh. I just meant to Drake. By looting and find another Phoenix, they literally die. But Drake means I get to run that next turn. I think I meant to attack. It's like kind of risky. I just want to like make it so they basically, if we untap, they just die, right? That's what I want the situation to be. Hey Gabroff, this deck's been going nicely. We 3-2'd our first league. Our losses were just because we didn't have like combo hate, so I added some Unmoored Egos to the sideboard. Another Bolt. Wow, that's kind of brutal. And now we're currently 3-1 in this league and playing the mirror somehow. Alright, we would not have found the other Phoenix to kill them at least. What do I want in the mirror? Maybe Surgicals, question mark? I'm not sure that's even necessarily how things play out, but... I think Drake's really good in the mirror because it doesn't die very easily. I suspect Drake is good in the mirror. That is my suspicion. Gut shot out. So Gut shot gives you your fast Phoenix starts. It also combines with a bolt to kill a Drake, which I think is reasonable, but it's certainly not great. Ooh, Brutality to strip cantrips, gain life, and kill the Phoenix. Yeah, Brutality seems decent. So these are the sideboard cards I'm kind of looking at. I'm still not convinced the Surgical's actually good. That's the problem. Like, you have to have it in hand before they return the Phoenix. Otherwise, it's basically blank cardboard. I guess then you get to, like, bolt the Phoenix and Surgical it. Alright, I'm sold. I'm gonna bring them in. Yeah. I think riffing the Phoenixes is too high upside to not bring them in. I imagine that is the case. I suspect the Brutalities are good, but I'm not 100%. Could bring in like one, but... we could cut like a Gut Shot and a Fiery Temper for 2 Brutalities. Maybe. Sounds pretty good. Lots of cantrips. I think I'm just going to fire off the Thought Scour turn 1. Looting is nice for setting up a thing in the ice. But firing off the Thought Scour first gives us more info on what we want. The other option is we just like cast neither, because then we get to go Manamorphose, Scour, Looting to bring back a Phoenix on turn 2. But I think between the Scour draw and our draw step, we have a pretty good likelihood of drawing a 1 mana thing. I kind of just want to keep the wheels rolling, wheels spinning. Alright, blue, red. Nice. Try and find a Phoenix. Ooh, Surgical's not terrible. So what am I doing with this looting? Am I even casting the looting? I might just hold the looting. I do have the Charter Course to discard a Phoenix later is the thing. Having the Surgical in hand would be nice if they have a turn 2 Phoenix draw. Pitching the Brutality seems reasonable. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. We're not casting it. What's the other thing we're pitching though? Like the Sleight of Hand, just to get a spell in the yard for the Drake. I think I can wait a turn on the looting. I don't think I think the chance I need Surgical in hand this turn is fairly low. I can wait 1 turn on it. Thing in the ice is very scary in the mirror. Don't really know how I deal with that. This is why I kind of wanted to keep the gut shots in, but I'm enjoying it, David. It's actually been pretty fun messing around with this silly Drake stack. Great. Discard Brutality and Sleight of Hand. We go like this. Charter Course. Don't have a Phoenix, which sucks. We get to start casting Drakes, but they're so bad in the face of the thing in the ice. Kind of need to draw another bolt. Imagine how good Gut Shot would be here. We get to pair it with the bolt to take this down. We 3-2'd our first league. We're currently 3-1 in this one, so haven't flushed too many tickets. We are about to die to this, though. I think you just have to keep all the gut shots in your deck, honestly. I think you have to keep all 3 gut shots in your deck, because you have to be able to kill Thing on the spot when it resolves. And, like, the easiest way to kill Thing is Bolt plus Gut Shot. Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take off my F6. Oh, they're not bringing them back this turn? Cool. So I can wait on this Surgical. Can I even afford to cast the Drake here? I might just have to cast the looting and look for another bolt to kill the thing before it flips. I feel if I cast a Drake, I'm just... I feel like if this flips, I can just never win. Is the problem. Like, literally stone dead. So I'm forced to cast the looting. on that basis, just to dig for anything that deals damage. You'd Surgical now to play around. I guess it would also give us info on whether they could have even flipped the thing. That's fair. So we don't know that they can actually flip the thing in the ice. Oh, Drake can block it the following turn. That's true. I'm being silly. No, you're right, New York Life. We just meant to play towards, like, taking 7 and then blocking, right? This is so ridiculous. Yeah. You're correct. No, I guess now I just flashback looting to filter out my hand a bit and then pass the turn. And take the Phoenixes now to gain info too. Yeah, I was just meant to cast the Drake. This flips. I take a lot of damage in the process, but... now I'm just really far behind because I've spent my turn filtering my hand rather than playing to the board. They do have their surgicals in. Their hand is Drake, Temper, Axe. Okay. So next turn they get to Looting plus Temper. Alright. Fire off this Looting. Discard. I have a Charter Course on Manamorphose. I guess the Charter Course discards the Phoenix, which is nice. Yeah, having some roasts sideboard or lava coils. Lava coil could also be fine. Just so you can actually kill this. You could also play what's the stupid Harvest Pyre? You could also play Harvest Pyre. I think that's like pretty reasonable. Especially with how much you fill your graveyard. It's kind of bad against graveyard hate though. When people are boarding Rest in Pieces in against you. I get to go Fang, draw 2 cards. This is pretty nice. Milled my island, I haven't. Need Lava Coil and the mirror becomes popular. Oh my lord. Oh. Alright, I get to go Axe plus Temper now. Which is not ideal. Gonna take a lot of damage. The Axe is just very good against stuffing in the ice. Then we get to land our Crackling Drake. Trade it with their thing. Still just taking a lot of their Crackling Drake without, through that route though. Alright, my thing's dead. Interesting. So I take 10 here essentially. go down to 7. I'm going to go to 6 because I think I can't play around another Bolt effect. I know they have the Temper in hand, but I also like need access to my mana just to play to the board, right? And catch up. I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can afford to not pay the extra life. As much as it sucks. Know myself. That would have been good a little while ago. Does kill the thing in the ice though. With my bolt combined. Interesting. So I'm probably meant to go Thing, Lightning Axe, Bolt to take this down. It's kind of sad we don't have like another 1 mana spell so that we could return this Phoenix. But now we have like outs to Faithless Looting into some bolts to maybe finish off our opponent. Obviously die here. We know they have a Temper in hand and we're currently on, yeah. Just got burnt out 2 games in a row. Sucks. What a way to go. To lose our 4-1 to the mirror. Sadness. It's like a sick though. How could we ever lose if we had Dive Down? Asking the real questions. Huh. Alright, do I want to... How do I do polls? I'm very bad at this. Poll 60 Drakes. Sorry, Phoenix. Jund. At least 2 distinct options. Look at me knowing how this works. Oh my god, Alesha. Still messed up. Thanks, Alesha. Alright, everyone vote for Phoenix or Jund. One of the rare cases where I allow democracy. For those curious, here is the Jund list. A Jading Clumparan special. Looks like Phoenix is crushing though. Seconds. Phoenix has bested Jund by a small margin. Right, let's play some more Phoenix. Is there anything else we want to change? I was really happy with these Unmoored Egos on the board. They actually felt quite good. We were thinking about like some sort of roast or Lava Core or whatever. Try 2/2 like Bedlam and Drake. I don't want Bedlam Revel in this deck, I don't think. I don't think Bedlam Reveler is that appealing. Especially with like counter magic in your board. Everyone's been boarding in so much graveyard hate against us. And kind of off the idea of Bedlam Reveler. I think the Drakes have just been like actually pretty good too. I've actually been pretty happy with the Drakes. Against people who give you time. Izzet Charm, I think that card's just bad. Play a Coil or something over an Anger. Maybe. 3 Angers is a lot of Angers. It's a very good card though. It's very good against Dredge. I guess Lava Coil isn't the worst against Dredge. Sideboard misses E. I've not really missed E that much. I missed it a bit against the Artifact deck, but I think I've mostly been happy not to have E in my board just because it's a bit slow and clunky. It doesn't really fuel any of my Spells Matters cards. Thoughtseize effect. It's interesting. I think that's the idea of the Brutality, but Brutality is definitely not great at that. Dismember. Good shout. We're having a Dismember. I actually mentioned Dismember during the league. I really want to Dismember. Very good shout, Lion. I might just replace an Anger with a Dismember. Just like want to be able to kill big creatures. I think Dismember seems great. Isn't Thoughtseize better than Dispel in this deck? That is true, Outlayer. I feel like Thoughtseize would be better than Dispel if not for the fact that we have very little access to black mana. So we need all our black cards to be really high impact to make up for that. I do agree that this is much more of a Thoughtseize deck than a Dispel deck, if not for like the mana costs being restrictive. I'm not going to change much. I'm just going to hop